Hey, today I'm gonna test a cordless grease gun. This grease gun has been sent to me by a company, Vevor, that are trading in all kind of stuff like this. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button, that will make me really happy. In the box there is 2 batteries, a charger, a hose, 2 nozzles and a pipe extension for one of the nozzles. I start with putting the unit together. I have a pneumatic grease gun which works pretty good, but then I have to bring my machines to the sawmill where I have air, and the pneumatic grease gun pumps 300 bars and this one pumps more than 600 bars, so it will be interesting to see how big difference that makes. The grease nozzle that I put on here now is one of these clip-ons. I have never tried those before. My standard grease nipples or grease nozzles you just push on and pull off. And this grease gun takes cartridges, which makes it really simple to load. My other one I have to smear with the grease to get it in. Still nice though with some gloves on when you handle grease. This cartridge is plugged in both ends and can only be inserted in one direction, which took a couple of tries before I realized. So now it's just to drop it in there and screw it back on the grease gun, and it's enough to just hand tight it. And the rod in the back can be pushed in when it's attached, and by pulling you can feel how much grease there is left in the cartridges. The battery has been charged just before, so it's fully charged, and now we have to bleed out the grease. There was some tested with some blue grease, which I need to bleed out, and the air. It's really simple and fast to bleed out the grease. It takes a few seconds, and you can hear a clear difference in the sound when there is air and when there is grease. And when the front part is bleeded from the air, I just pump through the hose until I get fresh grease. And since I am in my sawmill, the first thing I'm gonna try to grease is my sawmill, the feed screw for up and down, and it has to be greased while you are moving the head of the sawmill. So here I start it and I grease at the same time, and this works like a charm. The grease gun makes a little bit of a noise, but it's not too bad. Don't feel like I need any earplugs or anything to run it. More like a cordless drill or something like that. But this clip-on nozzle, it worked really nice when I tried it, but when it got a little bit grease on it, I had to use both hands to manipulate it. Now I have switched to my old nozzle that I have on my hand grease gun. This one you just push to clip on and pull to take off, and it works great. The tractor has always been easy to grease because there is a lot of clearance, But when it comes to my excavator, then there is a little bit more difficult. And here I can really tell that this pump is stronger than my air one, the pneumatic, because normally I have to switch to the hand grease gun, which you can push really hard with if you want. And since I have more than 40 grease nozzles on this excavator, this old tractor, it's really nice with an automatic grease gun. And here I'm trying the clip-on nozzle again, but it's getting really hard to handle it with the grease on it. When it's there, it works perfect, it don't leak or anything, but it takes two hands to handle it. Now I have greased a lot of nozzles, and the first 400 grams of grease is finished. So it's time to change cartridge, which is really simple and not that messy. And when I look at the battery, I have not even used the first of 5 green indicators, and that cartridge is more or less empty. So I open up a new one and clean it off a little bit before I jam it into the tube of the grease gun. The spring is fairly strong, but it needs to be to push the grease down, and this part works really nice. I haven't got almost any grease anywhere on the grease gun except for where it's supposed to go. When it changed, I pushed the rod in and I bleed the grease, make sure that I don't have any air bubbles or anything inside. And then I continue to lubricate the tractor. I used up 3 cartridges with grease, and each cartridge is 400 grams, and still the first light on the battery indicator has not come off. So my guess is that one battery will handle at least 10 cartridges, and there is 2 batteries included, so you will never run out of battery. And some of these points that I'm greasing, I could not grease with my air gun. I had to use the manual pump, but with this one there is no problem. And why not grease the trailer for the boat also? I had to try it out, but it worked really good. I am not so happy with the nozzles, but the grease gun is working really good. So that was all for today. Bye bye.